Good evening and welcome to the week 17 lecture video. This will be the last lecture video for the class. Let's go ahead and take a look at the agenda. Okay, so let's do this. The course organization, okay? So research methods has been taught using this three-pronged approach. Prong one being theory. So you've learned the theory regarding research methodology by reading the textbook, taking the quizzes, and me going over the quizzes in these lecture videos. The second prong is SPSS. Although there's a lot of statistical softwares out there, SPSS is commonly used. So understanding how to look at output and interpret that output is essential. And this was important for us because for the results section of our paper, I ran the analyses for you and I sent you the output. So you being able to understand how to read the output and write the interpretations was very essential to write the results section of your paper. And by and large, you all did a really amazing job. I know some of us are still going back and forth in the results rough draft, making sure that those sections are written perfectly, which again is how this course is designed. The third prong is the research paper. So over the past 17 weeks, you've learned how to write this research paper in pieces, okay, through these lecture videos. You've also had an opportunity to write individual sections of the research paper through participating in discussion forums. So not only did you write individual aspects of the research paper by participating in discussion forums, but you had an opportunity to partake in peer review, which is a very important part of the research process. Okay, as a researcher, you work together with other researchers. It's a community approach, and that's why peer review is so important. Okay, and then you also had an opportunity to take sections of discussion. So for example, introduction section, method section, results section, and you're able to refine those and throw them into a rough draft. And rough drafts gave me an opportunity to give you feedback. And essentially, if there were errors, right, I gave you 5 out of 10, let's say 3 out of 10, 7 out of 10. And I gave you feedback, fix this, resubmit it. Okay, I think the famous line is revise and resubmit for full credit. And then, eventually the goal was when you revise the paper, you get 10 out of 10. And that means that section of the paper is ready to be submitted as part of your final paper. Okay. So that is the three-pronged approach to research methods. Okay, so last week you did the week 16 discussion. That's where you wrote the abstract. Definitely let me know if you have any questions about that, either via email or office hours. The last round of feedback that I'm going to give you is the tables/figures, okay, and the discussion rough draft. Feedback will be given this week. I also encourage all of you to resubmit your other rough drafts, your article summaries, your intro, your method, your results, etc. If you don't have 10 out of 10 on those assignments, okay? What I'll try to do is every day when I get them, I'll ship them back to you quickly, so then you can revise and resubmit if you still need to. At this point, I'm all caught up, okay, giving you all feedback, so the ball is in your court. So what do we have to talk about today? We have to talk about putting your paper together. And there's some resources for that. Okay, so namely, okay, I'm in the Canvas shell right now. If you go to Files, week 17. You'll see the agenda for today posted here, but also you've seen the paper overview again and again. This is a good template for you. It's an APA 7th edition, okay? And as you open up this file, and it's posted as a doc or PDF, okay, you'll be able to explicitly see the order of the paper, okay? So remember, title page is first, followed by the abstract. And again, it has to be this format. If you have any questions about APA style, look to this template, okay? Or you can look at the APA manual or find other resources online, or you can email me, or you can come to office hours. So title page, abstract, okay? Now we're starting the introduction, right? Here's your title, a quote if you think it's necessary. Then part 1, you're introducing your topic, and eventually, I think we're in the literature review area, which is part 2. And then we're gonna get to part 3 of the introduction, which are your 3 hypotheses, right? Everyone has 3 hypotheses. Okay, the next big section of the paper, the method section. And remember, there's 3 parts to the method section, the first part being the participants, then the measures section, and then the procedure section. And again, the participant section always comes first. You'll probably have noticed this in some of the papers that you've reviewed that are in your literature review. Whereas the participants section comes first, sometimes the procedure section comes after the participant section, and then the measure section, or vice versa. But so if you wanna put your participant section, then your measure section, then your procedure section, do that. If you wanna put your participant section, then your procedure section, then your measure section, you can do it that way as well. So here are all the measures. I included a lot of them in the sample paper. Okay, now we're in the procedure. Okay. The next big section is the results section. So you should have 3 paragraphs, 1 paragraph per analysis, right? You have 3 hypotheses, okay? You have 1 analysis per hypothesis, right? So you should have 3 paragraphs in your results section. And remember, let's see. Remember, and I note it better in the templates, but you should have some sort of reference to your tables and figures. After the results section comes the discussion section. So part 1 of the discussion section, right? All I'm having you do is restate the findings from your results section without statistics. Okay. You could take it a little further, but that's all I'm requiring. Part 2 is the limitation section. And then we get to the future research or future directions section eventually. Right here. So then after the discussion section, you'll have your references. Then after your references, a lot of references. So then after your references come your tables. And then if you have figures, your figures come after your tables. So here's a figure. And then that's it. Okay. So the paper overview is a really good reference, but I would also encourage you to take a look at the syllabus. Okay, files, syllabus. Okay. You could download that. I actually already have it open. And if you scroll down to page, looks like page 13 out of 18, you'll see this research paper grading rubric. Okay. So then for every section of your paper, you can take a look and see if you're going to get all of the points in your opinion. And this is exactly the grading sheet I'm going to use when I grade your paper. Abstract, intro, methods, results, discussion, APA style, stuff like grammar, spelling. Okay. So make sure you take a look at that. Okay. So what assignments are due on Sunday by 11:59 p.m.? Let's take a look at the modules section. Week 17. Okay. You have the week 17 discussion as well as the quiz 8. So let's take a look at the discussion. Part 1, state 3 things you learned from this class and 1 thing you would like to learn more about. Okay. Part 2, respond to 2 other students. Compare what they wrote to what you wrote. Consider, did you also learn what they stated they learned? Regarding what they want to learn more about, do you have any resources to offer them? Okay. So the week 17 discussion and quiz 8 are due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Your final paper is not due this Sunday, but the Sunday after by 11:59 p.m. And actually, I have a correction on that. It's actually not, your final paper is not due Sunday. Okay. I might extend it to Sunday, but your final paper is actually due Friday by 11:59 p.m. So just a little correction there. Okay. And the reason why it's going to be due Friday 11:59 p.m., that's the last day of finals. Okay, and again, I have this note, which is very important. You need to find and create article summaries for the 10 articles you need for the introduction section of your paper. Okay, part 2 of your introduction section, you have 10 article summaries. Okay, those 10 articles never leave the introduction section. They stay there. Methods, results, discussion, all have to do with the study personality and gay marriage attitudes. Okay. Period. So just remember that. Because some people are trying to take those articles out of the introduction and write the methods for those articles, the results for those articles, but that's not what we're doing. So remember that. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Go ahead and shoot me an email if you have any questions and/or visit me during office hours. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.